to the Underground Nation podcast. Today we're diving into the dark mind of an underground titan, the one and only Doc Gruesome. Known for his sinister bars and horror-infused lyricism, he's back to shake the scene with his brand new album, Criptkeeper. This isn't just music, it's a grim gospel of pain, power, and resurrection. Get ready to explore the cryptic pages of a project that's bound to leave its mark in the underground forever. Turn up the volume and enter the crypt.
The earth crumbles to the sounds of Maisie 666 and Bankhard beats as Doc Gruesome unleashes the Criptkeeper. Featuring 2 brand new lines of super premium merchandise, including skateboards, motocross jerseys, and an entire line of vintage acid wash style shirts, hoodies, and long sleeves.
Don't pretend to fuck with me, now I'm on my way down. Out of luck, on the edge of a breakdown. I'm feeling stuck in the mud with no way out, but I'm coming up in the game, I never lay down. I've been on my own all my goddamn life. I've been fucking up my home, know that something ain't right. I've been pushing them away, I can't help myself. I don't know what to say, guess I was feeling myself. Want you to see my
bundles and items available via pre-order only, so cash those checks and hit those street corners and get over to CerberusClique.com today.
I'm your host with the Ghost Bounce Ball Boogie with another exciting episode of Underground Nation Podcast. Tonight, we're diving deep into the underground. We're talking dark anthems, raw pain, rebellion, survival, all stitched into the sound of one of the coldest, most fearless voices rising right now. He's blending punk chaos, new metal fury, and trap grit into something new, something sinister, something undeniable. You know the name. Doc Gruesome. Welcome to the show, bro. How are you motherfucking feeling, my man?
Hey, I'm feeling good, bro. Thank you for having me on this shit. I appreciate you.
Oh, man. Long time waiting for this conversation between you and I. I thank you for taking the night off from chaos to speak with us.
Yes, sir. Gotta get it in. I appreciate you helping me spread the word, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. We're spreading the word like a motherfucking infectious disease amongst the underground plague, we'll call it. So, Doc Gruesome, let's go back for a second. What was the very first moment you knew Doc Gruesome, the music that you're creating wasn't just a hobby for you, but part of your identity?
I think for me, really early on, I started making music like just fucking around at like 10 or 12. I know it's always been something that I wanted to do, but I wasn't in a group, and I got my first group and started performing in clubs and shit when I was like 15 or 16.
Oh.
So, yeah, a long time to be...
How the fuck you get in the clubs? Most clubs don't even allow you in unless you're 18, 21.
So some, they just didn't give a fuck. I would pull up with the artists and they would just be like, whatever, and assume. And then others, they would be like, yo, and they would like walk me to the stage and let me perform and then walk me straight the fuck out. And I've had a few just be like, nah, we ain't fucking with it.
Man, so it's all about the venue. Gotcha.
Yeah, facts, yeah.
All right, cool, man. So then for fucking being a teenager going into where you are now, what did that look like?
My life was kind of crazy. So, like, my mom and my dad got separated real young. And even before that, it wasn't, like, the best upbringing. I, like, lived in a trailer park for most of my younger childhood with my brother. And my dad was, you know, like, running the streets, just doing shit to get money or whatever. And my mom went to CNA school and became a CNA. And so their lives were, like, going in, like, real different directions, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they separated when I was mad young, and then when I was like 14 or 15, my mom, and I kind of just moved back to Reno on my own, you know what I mean, and just started like scrambling to make it on my own. Yeah, I've been on my own since like 15. My homie had a job, he was 19, he put his name on the lease, and we just made it happen, you know.
Well, big ups to the homie.
Yeah.
That's a big leap there. Took a risk on yourself there. That takes a lot of cojones.
To be honest with you, man, I kind of never was, like, I was never home. I would run away for, like, months at a time. I had a real, like, crazy, violent household, so I was never home anyway. I was used to making my own way, so it really wasn't too big of a leap for me. It would have been more of a difference for me to. My mom moved to New Hampshire, and I went there for like a few months, and I just couldn't fucking do it, bro. Like that shit.
I can't breathe the New Hampshire air.
It was like a really big culture shock, you know? Like, I've been from the West Coast my whole life. I've been in and out of California all the time growing up. So, like, I don't know, bro. Like, the culture over there is just crazy. Like, it was so much different. It was so, like, small town vibe. It was nothing I was used to. I was like 14. I was already, like, covered in tattoos. I had, like, spider legs. Like, nobody had even seen that shit out there. Like, I looked insane to most people. I just didn't fit in at all. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I was like, nah, this ain't what I'm about. And then also, you know, the shit at home was crazy. So it got to a point to where I told my mama, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to end up dead or in prison. So, like, just let me go on my own. And I've been on my own ever since, you know.
You're not dead or in prison. Congratulations.
Facts, bro. I got my way out of it. I credit that to music a lot of the time. My lady helped too.
Oh yeah, thank you, lady in the background.
Facts.
Hell yeah, fucking helping the Doc Gruesome stay gruesome.
Yeah, bro. I used to do a lot of shit. You know what I mean? So I'm glad where I'm at. You know
So
what I mean?
music really wasn't a career choice. It was sounded like more of an outlet at that time.
Yeah, I've always kind of just gravitated towards anything artistic. Like, you know, I do the graphics and all that shit. I've always been super into drawing and painting and just kind of anything to do with art, period. Like, art and music have always been like my go-to mediums just for like anger and stress relief. I think that's why a lot of my music is so like about, you know, mental health and things like that, is because a lot of the times it's just me like venting different things I go through or situations I've seen happen, situations that I've been through. So yeah, I think that a lot of time is why people gravitate towards my shit though, because they can feel that also, you know what I mean?
I do. I feel that tremendously.
Right.
If you had to describe your style in 3 words, what would those 3 words be?
Fuck, I don't know. Probably like nothing else. You know what I mean? I try to really go out of my way to
That
kind of
literally
carve
was
my
3
own way.
words.
Yeah, and I think those would be the 3 to be real. Like, I try to go out of my, like, I don't know. There's a lot of songs where I take influence from whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? But I try to mesh influences from like everything that I grew up on, that I love, that I listen to now, just the thing, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I try to mesh it all into my own sound, like, and I also try not to be stagnant. I kind of hate how artists of today are like so set and they get one song that blows up and they just make a million songs like that. And it's like, I'm not that guy. Like, I'm in this for my own artistry and to like personally make myself happy and to like achieve goals that I want to achieve in music. So if you ain't fucking with it, like, turn away now. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to continue to do different things. I'm obviously going to find things I like. I always am going to incorporate like my roots. I'm always going to have hardcore rap and things like that mixed into whatever I'm doing. But yeah, I don't know. I don't like sitting stagnant in one thing, you know?
No, fuck yeah. Who were those artists early on that helped shape your sound that you're kind of referencing there?
I would say Slipknot, obviously. I think everyone can see that. A lot of new metal. I also grew up listening to like him and a lot of like sing-songier type stuff. So yeah, I think a lot of that. And then like also I've listened to like a lot of like Sisters of Mercy and like Depeche Mode and things of that nature. So it's like I really have like, I go into the goth rock vibe a lot, and I love that type of shit. I really just love music in general. You know what I mean? But I would say those are probably some of the top artists that really kind of shaped the way I make music. And then I also grew up listening to a lot of like, on the rap side, like a lot of West Coast shit. Like I listened to a lot of like Dr. Dre and, you know what I mean, Eazy-E and Ice Cube and a lot of that shit, and NWA. I also listened to a lot of like Tech Nine and ICP and fucking Twisted, just, you know what I mean, like everything. Like I was kind of all over the place with music, and I still am.
Fuck yeah. For someone that's never heard Doc Gruesome before and can only listen to one song to understand you, which song are you handing them first and why?
Unreleased or released?
released?
Okay. Off my new album, I have one that is probably one of my favorite songs I've ever made. But off of shit I've released, I don't know. It'd be hard because it's hard to just hand somebody one song and be like,
One song.
But I don't know. Even though I never got to distribute it, Misery is like one of my favorite songs I've ever released. The one where I use the Deftones sample. It's still available on YouTube, but it got pulled down everywhere else because I used like a really heavy Deftones sample from Change. And that's like one of my favorite songs I've ever made still to this day. And I feel like that really like shows my love for like, you know, new metal and just that song in general, really.
Incredible. So are you saying that this song Misery is not released or soon to be
I did
released?
release it. I released it and they pulled immediately. So the only place that it's available is on YouTube for free.
Holy shit. And
Yeah.
this is the one song you would say, this is Doc Gruesome.
I think that song encompasses where I'm trying to go with music. Like, it really meshes the rap with everything I do. But
Fuck yeah.
off my new album, I have a song called When I Die, Throw Me in the Trash. And that song is probably one of my favorite songs I've ever made. And it's a lot about my life growing up and just everything. That song's hard as fuck. So, Script Keeper coming out. Keep your eyes for that, motherfucker.
Script Keeper. I want to talk to you more about that. And we're building up to that. And I just want the audience to really understand where Doc Gruesome is coming from so they know where you are. They can meet you where you're at today.
And now, straight from the shadows of the underground the Doctor is in. This next one is raw, real, and rotten to the core. From his upcoming album Script Keeper, Doc Gruesome gives us a glimpse of the grave with a brutal anthem that spits in the face of legacy and love. Brace yourself, this is When I Die, Throw Me in the Trash.
Yeah, how ironic. Wrapped in a glad bag. Never felt glad in my life, only felt mad. Never grace on my face, only hatred. Beat by the ones that I loved and had to take it. Only one who was there to hold my hand was my pops, but the drugs and alcohol never stopped. Maybe that's where I picked up my habit. Way before this shit ever was a fad. It was life, it was day to day. It was razor blade, put it straight to my veins. Anything that made me numb, blacked out my pain. Like niggas, I got blacking out the light of a die like that. Now I really had a reason not to broadcast all the hurt that I felt I had to walk past, because no one really listened, just another kid pissing away his life in this.
Touched on your music is, you know, touched on pain, struggle. Do you feel that's something you consciously set out to express, or is it just what naturally flows when you create?
I think for me, music is kind of like a form of like therapy in a way. I don't know, dude. I don't like talk to many people. I've always felt like I don't like to burden people with my problems. You know, I'm really not that go out of my way to express how I feel unless I'm like angry about something or I feel like something needs to be said, you know? So like I usually keep emotions or inner workings or what I'm dealing with inside most of the time. But I feel like music is the one place where I can kind of just like say whatever the fuck I want to say, you know? So a lot of it comes out in music, I feel like.
Sure, absolutely. As an artist, can you tell me what's been more difficult for you, creating the music or staying mentally strong during the journey?
I would say staying mentally strong throughout the journey. That's one thing I've always struggled with. I still struggle with to this day. Like I said, music for me is a huge relief. It's a huge release for me. So I think that comes out now. Even if nobody was listening to my fucking music, I would be sitting here making songs for myself. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, I think just kind of like sticking through it. And it's like the bigger I get, the more, dude, I have people that say crazy shit to me. Like, people on the internet are fucking wild. And I don't give a fuck.
Give us an example.
Well, like, the other day, this one dude hit me up and was just, like, talking so much fucking shit on one of my posts. And a bunch of my fans went on there and was like, yo, you're just a fucking hater. And he was like, yeah, that's the whole point. And it's like, it's just so annoying that, like, people go out of their way to, like, create pages to just troll motherfuckers now. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, but it's like, that's how you know you're reaching a bigger audience, when you just have people you've never seen before. Like for every hate comment, there's like I get like 50 to 100 more, comments being like, this is fire or whatever the fuck. So
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. I try not to let it bug me, but yeah, I feel like you got to be really mentally resilient to just like make art and put your heart into something every day for people to do whatever with, you know what I mean? Like you have to.
I know, and there's a lot of people out there chasing the dream of being being a touring musician.
Right.
And burnout, they experience burnout because it's a brutal path. Especially if you don't have someone helping you, you're just trying to figure it out on your own.
Yeah, it really is.
What do you think is that drive behind Doc Gruesome that keeps the fire lit even on your worst days? That makes you get up and say, well, fuck, I'm going to keep making this fucking goddamn music and put it out to the masses.
I think that's just kind of that's just kind of how I've always moved, bro. Like, I've had so many situations that could have just stopped me from wanting to live, and I just don't let it affect me that way. Like, if anything, it makes me want to push even harder. Like, every person who tells me, like, you're not going to do shit or whatever the fuck, like, that just makes me want to go a million times harder, bro. Like
piss the world off.
Yeah, 100. I've never been the type of person to just, like, get discouraged by bullshit. Like, that shit lights a flame under my ass, bro, so
very well said. Fuck.
yeah,
That's dope.
Fuck people, and I'm gonna keep rocking regardless.
People equal shit.
Bro, speaking of that, I just saw a playthrough with their new drummer where Eloy Casagrande, where he's fucking playing that song live, and he's insane. Like, he's such a good drummer. That shit's crazy. Look that up after this if you haven't seen it. It's crazy.
Fuck yeah, I will look it up. And
yeah.
Shit, I will.
Dude's like one of the hardest hitting drummers I've ever seen.
Fuck yeah. Well, I love when they hit the double pedal.
No one could do blast beats like Joey Jordison, period, bro. Like, he fucking killed the way he wrote drums for music is just, so many people have like their entire style built off of that. I feel like he's underrated as fuck as a drummer.
Underrated as fuck.
Facts.
You're now tapped into the rawest source for underground music and culture. This is Underground Nation magazine. We're bringing you exclusive interviews, the latest in horrorcore, hip-hop, metal, and more. If you're tired of watered-down content and ready to hear from the real ones in the trenches, this is where you belong. Subscribe now at underground-nation.com and be part of the movement that never dies. Underground Nation magazine. This isn't mainstream. This is underground.
All right, you ready to loosen up a little?
Yes, sir.
We got a quick horror trivia game called
Gruesome or Nah.
I'll hit you with some twisted facts, and you, Doc Gruesome, you tell me if it's gruesome or nah.
Bet, I got you. I watch a lot of true crime, so I'm ready for this.
All right, fuck yeah. Let's see if I can trick you here. All right, Doc Gruesome. Victorians used to take family portraits with their dead relatives dressed up to look alive.
I would say not gruesome. People grieve in different ways,
Yeah,
Not gruesome, bro. Let them live,
It's a fact.
We do viewings still to this day. I had to look at my father's dead body when I was 12 years old. Like, that's still acceptable. Why is that?
Yeah, no, I don't make the rules. I'm just saying.
Fair enough.
In Japan, there's a forest known as the Suicide Forest.
The reason why it's named that, is pretty gruesome. So I would say, gruesome.
Gruesome. Go ahead, educate me.
Well, just everyone goes in there to kill themselves. Like, there's so many suicides that happen in that forest. It's insane. It's honestly just because it's like a beautiful forest and it's like a really nice place to kill yourself, apparently. So hell, people just go there to kill themselves, and it's gotten that reputation.
Is it because of that, or is it the forest that's haunted that calls you in there? And once you're inside the forest, your mind tricks you into killing yourself.
That sounds like some creepypasta shit.
It's a possibility.
If you look at a lot of videos, it's mostly just people who like go there on their bike and they like pack a little lunch and leave a little note and just like hang themselves in the fucking woods. It's pretty crazy, bro.
Pick up your goddamn Lunchable box.
Yeah, for real. Hopefully he recycled.
Fucking hey, bitch. You're a Slipknot fan.
Yeah, always.
Slipknot once sacrificed a goat on stage during a live performance. Gruesome or not?
Is that real?
You tell me. Is it gruesome or not?
I mean, I don't know. That's not worse than like Behemoth and Bathory. They be doing that shit. So, yeah, I don't know. It's probably, I don't know, man. Let it be. I'm not going to hate him for it. But yeah, I don't know. It's probably a little gruesome.
It's actually nah. It's just an urban legend.
Yeah, I was like, I feel like I would know about that. But
there's a real disease that causes people to believe they're dead called Cotard syndrome.
I mean, if that's real, that's a pretty fucking funny name. So that's fucked up. But
Are you cotarded?
yeah, for real, that's what I'm saying.
You believe you're dead?
Fuck you, just call me. I would
Good.
say no, because I think that's hilarious.
That could be a shirt. I'm a cotard.
Cotarded? Yeah, for sure.
Cotarded? I believe I'm dead.
That's an album name for sure.
That's actually gruesome. It's a fact.
What? That's crazy, bro. What the fuck's happening? It's even more gruesome that they named it that. That's like Asperger's. Like, why? Like, what's wrong with y'all people?
I know. I'm gonna give burgers a bad name.
And asses, bro. Like, what's wrong with y'all?
And asses. There's nothing I like more than ass and burger.
Yeah, eat a burger, look at an ass. It's nothing.
Eat a burgers, look at our asses. That's what we do at the beach. Land our nuts hang in the water.
That's a nice Saturday.
All right, one more. Ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's hit him with a hard one.
All right.
There's a cursed song from the 1930s so depressing it allegedly drove dozens of listeners to suicide.
I believe that. I feel like that's gruesome.
It is gruesome. In fact, do you know what song it is?
No, what song is it?
It's called Gloomy Sunday.
Damn, bro, motherfuckers popped that on their little radio player, put the needle on it, started spinning, and they were just like, fuck this shit, bro. That's crazy.
So fun fact, real quick. Gloomy Sunday was so dark it got blamed for dozens of suicides, banned in multiple countries, and Billie Holiday turned it into an underground legend in the USA.
That's actually super dope. I bet you it was all just some bullshit, though, like when they blame Marilyn Manson for Columbine and shit, you know what I mean?
This just has some controversial artists in 19th.
Yeah. That sounds like I said, like that sounds like some bullshit. That was just a bunch of angry fucking parents, like,
turn that Billie Holiday shit off.
Yeah, Billie Holiday fucking killed my son.
Take him off the shelf. He's canceled.
It's like, bro, chill out, bro. Billie Holiday's just trying to live, dog.
Dang, that means bitches were on Billie Holiday's nuts.
That's what I'm saying. That probably popped Billie Holiday off. You know what I mean? People love that shit. People love a good fucking anti-hero. You know?
Right? They're like fucking. He sings them and makes them all sad, so they have to go hug him and just give me a hug, Billy. Make me feel better.
The parents are outside protesting. He's like, I would never say that. He leans in. He's like, kill yourself.
You hug me or you die.
Yeah. I'm telling all your kids, fuck you.
And even then, my song to this day still lives.
Right. My shit'll live on.
And all you bitches are dead that hated on me.
That's one thing about creating art is art lives on.
Forever.
Hate doesn't.
It does not. Or until the earth implodes from inside out and we're no longer found in existence, which is a possibility.
Which is a guarantee, actually.
It's guaranteed. It's guaranteed to eventually happen. Hopefully, we're not here.
You're now tuned in to the deepest frequencies of the underground, and Pain's got a new sound. Coming straight from the twisted pen of Doc Gruesome, this track hits like a scream through broken speakers. It's raw. It's ruthless. It's pain in stereo, a symphony of scars wrapped in rhythm. Turn it up and let it hurt.
Don't pretend to fuck with me now, I'm on my way down. Out of luck, on the edge of a breakdown. I'm feeling stuck in the mud with no way out. But I'm coming up in the game, I never lay down. I've been on my own all my goddamn life. I've been fucking up my home, notice something ain't right. I've been pushing them away, I can't help myself. I don't know what to say, guess I was feeling myself. Want you to see my pain in stereo. I'm alive again, away we go. Listen to me bright on the bright side. Stereo. I'm alive within, just play me. Listen to me, I got ya. Fuck up, I've been told so since the jump. You so stuck up, I can feel your pain, I take the pride. Fuck with you now, I'ma stay down. No, I'm loyal to my people, I don't play about. Take a look around, hell, house beating.
You gotta die. That's about it.
Actually, I'm pretty hungry talking about burgers and shit.
I know, bro. Fuck. I'm getting a burger right after this.
Oh, yeah. Go look at some ass and titties. Like, hey, baby, we're going to the burger joint.
He's like, come to Burger King, whip out your titties.
Beg your titties. I'll buy you a milkshake.
Shake your titties, I'll get you a milkshake. Real nice.
Apple pie. Cherry pie if they have it.
Maybe some onion rings if you play it, cuz, right?
Oh, wait, you're nasty, Doc Gruesome. I know where you're gonna put those onion rings. You're like, hey, want me to dip it in ketchup, ya bitch?
We're playing ring toss for sure.
Coming soon to Doc Gruesome OnlyFans.
Bro, one time I said that shit, I was just playing. I was like, I'm getting so poor, y'all fuck around, find my OnlyFans. And somebody was like, I'd buy it for my wife. I was like, damn.
There you go.
I was like, this became feasible out of nowhere with one comment.
See? Lucrative.
Facts.
So, Doc Gruesome, before we dive into the new project, I gotta ask, how do you think your sound today compares to everything we were just talking about a little while ago when you first dropped, let's say, your self-titled album or even Death God?
I would say this is probably like by far my favorite work I've ever done. It definitely leans in I don't know, I wouldn't say really too much of a different direction than anything I've done before, because I've definitely done like softer nu metal music. I've like Bleed and Colorblind and Drowning and things of that nature. So there's a lot of that influence in there. But there's also like some newer like punk influence and things that I've never really incorporated into my music before. So yeah, it's hands down probably my favorite thing that I've ever worked on. So I'm really excited for everyone to see it. I think the rap on it is by far some of the best rap music I've ever made. And all the other music is kind of something of its own. So I think it's going to be really cool for people to experience it. You know what I mean?
Oh, shit. Well, I'm definitely excited. What lessons from the last few years are you carrying into this next phase of Doc Gruesome?
I've been doing a lot of like vocals and screaming and like a lot of newer shit like that. So we're incorporating a lot of that, a lot of newer elements of like a lot of live music and things. A lot of the newer like rock or punk songs are all like crazy full live music band type shit. Like, so yeah, it's by far like between Bankheart and Maisie, they always kill shit, but I think this is a step up from everything else. This is like some of the best production I've ever had on an album. It's kind of like everything I've worked on so far is just kind of all blended into this. You know what I mean?
There we go. All right, I like the sound of that. So, Script Keeper is on the horizon. How would you describe the world or the vibe this album is building?
So this album, I really dive into like a lot of when I was younger. I used to do a lot of run-ins with drugs.
Been there.
and so yeah, it's a lot of that. It's a lot of depression. It's a lot of like feeling not good enough. Just a lot of things I was going through as a younger kid. Some things I still deal with to this day. But I think in the early 2000s, you know, a lot of this vibe was around me. So I think that's really what kind of like inspired me to write a lot of it. Just kind of how I felt when this type of shit was coming out around me. Like the type of music I'm making now, like this new metal type shit or whatever. I was doing a lot of crazy shit when I was listening to a lot of this shit. So yeah, I think it just kind of took me there instantly hearing the music. So it really kind of delves into a lot of that.
Hell yeah, that's awesome. And
Yeah.
you mentioned like you mentioned that you're experimenting with different sounds from punk, new metal. You just mentioned some of the best rap that you probably ever made.
Yeah.
What parts of those genres feel the most natural to you, and which ones do you have to push yourself kind of outside your comfort zone?
So rap obviously that's what I've always done. That's what I've started doing. That's what I probably feel the most comfortable with always. But I like a challenge. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
I like doing this new shit and having something that feels new and fresh and something I have to learn with. So yeah, I would say definitely the rap is easier to make. I've been like really honing it, and that's one thing I've been getting towards is really honing my sound, the engineering, just everything. Like when me and Bank first started working together, me and him, you know, we kind of had to like figure each other out, but now it's at a point where I kind of think everything's coming together, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm excited for it, man. It's gonna be crazy, honestly. I'm stoked for it.
That's dope, man. I'm hell of excited for it too. You were catching me off guard earlier, as I know you're excited to talk about this album.
Yeah.
There's a track on Script Keeper that hits you especially deep personally. Can you speak more on that song with the title and?
Yeah, that one is called it's called When I Die, Throw Me in the Trash. That one is like, it's just kind of a lot of like me growing up and things I went through, and it really has like an old school kind of like, I don't know, like POD type of vibe to me, you know, like some shit like that. So yeah, it just kind of really took me to like my childhood. So it's a lot of me growing up, a lot of the shit I've discussed as far as like my father dying and things like that, and just how that affected me. And where it led me and how, I don't know, like growing up, like I felt like a lot of times like wasn't good enough. Like it took a long time for me to find confidence in myself. So yeah, it's pretty much what that song's about. And it's like super deep and I fucking love that song.
Incredible. Can't wait to hear it.
Fuck yeah.
Does the script keeper represent a character, an alter ego, or is it more of a metaphor for your role as an artist right now?
So, Script Keeper is obviously a play on words with Crypt Keeper and having scripts, but yeah, it's kind of like a nod to the whole vibe of the album. Like, the entire album is, like I said, a lot about me, like when I was dealing with drugs, depression, and just feeling like I wanted to die
But
and
we're
things
talking
like that.
prescription, not
Yeah.
not scripture.
No, yeah, script, like a script of fucking meds.
So that explains the pills all over the shirt on the merch.
Yeah. That's why there's pills all over the cover and shit.
Look at me putting things together. I am smart, mama.
Yeah, so it's kind of just like a play on words for kind of where the album takes you. Because I feel like, you know, if I wouldn't have stopped that shit where I did, I would be dead today. And I unfortunately have a lot of friends who are dead because of that shit. I feel like that's really the only place it leads. So yeah, it's kind of just like a play on all that.
Incredible. If people could walk away from this album with just one message, one feeling, what do you hope it is?
You are always good enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know a lot of times life is fucked, especially now and always. I mean, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. So many times I've felt like it's not worth it, and if I would have done what I was thinking of doing, I wouldn't have had some of the best moments of my life. So I think that's really what I want people to take away from this album, is that you could be in the thralls of drugs and you can pull yourself out of it. And you can find something that you want to do and like put yourself into that just as much as you do your addiction. So yeah, you know what I mean? Fuck drugs is basically the message of that.
Fuck drugs and fuck your local fentanyl dealer. Come kick his
for
ass
real.
and send him on to hell.
Shoot him.
From the ashes of the afterlife and the depths of the underground, Doc Gruesome returns with something otherworldly. This isn't just music, it's a soul hunt. Sharp bars, haunting melodies, and a voice that cuts through dimensions. Prepare yourself for Soul Reaver, where every lyric takes a piece of you.
Bitch, I'm in the streets with a blade and a fucking flak jacket in my life for the day. All you pussies couldn't hack it, bitch. I'm back at it, leaving a motherfucker jacked to pieces. Back at it, run a case up and I'm switching visas. Everybody buzzing through the asses singing la la la. Everybody thinking that they safest, so they talk a lot. Oh la la, pussy heard you come into my state. I'm still waiting for you to this day. That shit I can't relate. Put a bullet in your face, leaving a motherfucker dead. And put that pussy in this place, send you wherever you headed. I'm a no-town legend, 10 toes. I'm stepping on the daisies, you be pushing. Somebody go call his reverend. And I never take a day off. Hanging with my name, I've been known to let the K off quick. Bitch, I'm really with the shit. Somebody go call an ambulance. Swim across the snakes, made it so through the river dance. Staying with my face and my Glock with a safe off. All my people with me and they ready for the takeoff. Bitch, I'm really with the shit. Somebody go call an ambulance. Swim across the snakes, made it so through the river dance. Keep on looking over your shoulder with that little pistol, feel bolder, but feel the room make it colder, little bitch. When all your people try just to warn you, but that ain't never go save you.
Wild behind-the-scenes stories from recording script keeper you can share, studio chaos, crazy moments.
So I have a video that I just shot for Script Keeper the other day for Soul Reaver, which is one of the first singles I just released for it. I released Brain Dead and then I just released Soul Reaver. And Soul Reaver is like more one of the rap tracks. I wanted to release the singles to kind of give people a vibe for what the whole album is going to be. So the first one's more kind of on the punk shit. This one's more all rap. And then the next one's going to kind of be like, I think it might be When I Die, Throw Me in the Trash. So you're going to kind of get a vibe of like what's all coming from the album. But I just went and shot a fucking video for that the other day. And the homie, we had like a body double situation and he was like behind me with a knife. And he had to do some shit and he fucking like ran it across my shit. And I had like the sweater and a shiesty and shit on, so like it was cool, but we both like looked at each other for a second. He was like, "Did I get you?" I was like, "I hope not." You know what I'm saying? We're in the middle of it now. But yeah, that was crazy. So I almost died trying to make visuals for this album for y'all. So when that video comes out, y'all better fucking run that shit up.
I'm so glad you didn't get a neck slit over this.
Bro, instantly my homie was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah, dog, I think we're good, thankfully."
We are not
was
trained
funny.
professionals.
That's all I'm saying. Don't be fucking around with that. It was a prop. If anyone asked, it was a prop. You know what I mean?
And it's Script Keeper's due to drop when?
Script Keeper is dropping July 22nd is the release date for Script Keeper.
July 22nd.
Yes, July 22nd. And we have pre-order bundles available right now. CerberusClique.com. We got fucking hella shit over there. We got motocross jerseys. We got t-shirts. We got hoodies that are spiked. We got long sleeves that are like the old 2000s two-piece stitched in long sleeves. We got fucking skateboards. We got embroidered patches, stickers, all the CDs, crazy amounts of shit. So go over there and check them out. We have bundles with everything that go up to like $500, and it's an insane amount of shit. And we have shit all the way down to just we're over there for all budgets. You know what I mean? So go peep out what you got. There's a couple masks available too. We're doing the version 3 mask right now, my one with the car guy and the fucking all that shit. So that's we only have a couple available. We're about sold out of those, and they're in production and on the way. So if you pre-order one now, you'll be getting them sooner than a lot of other people who pre-order the masks. So go and jump in on that. But yeah, pre-order bundles are available right now, and they are fucking insane. All of this shit is oversized, acid wash, distressed, hem tagged, spiked, fucking insane quality.
Wow, incredible.
Yeah.
All made in a Doc Gruesome layer.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Laps, bro. Underworld Print House. That's my brother. He does all our shit. He's my merch man at all my shows. He comes on all my tours with me. Homie kills shit.
Which was my next question. Is there a tour to follow?
We got to see what's in the works. There's nothing planned right now. I'm kind of like really dove into getting this album released and everything that comes around it. But yeah, we're going to try to get out around soon. The way flying is right now has me kind of tripped out. You know that? Yeah, we're definitely going to be getting some shit in motion soon.
Man.
Yeah, we're definitely going to be getting back out there soon. I was just in Texas like a month or two ago. So yeah, we're definitely broadening the horizons. More and more I end up in places I've never been. So hopefully Doc Gruesome will be in a city near you soon. Tell your fucking local promoters about me.
That's right. Tell them all, bitches. Doc Gruesome's coming to town.
Tell the fucking book be dope.
If you could leave one message with anyone out there who's fighting for their dreams right now, maybe feels overlooked, doubted on, what would Doc Gruesome tell him?
I would say don't stop. You know what I mean? Like, don't stop and be consistent. If you really want to do anything, you need to do that shit. Like, I know it might be hard. You might not want to do it all the time. I work 10+ hour days sometimes, and I still come home and work on graphics and music no matter what it is. Like, even if it's the smallest thing. Like, put yourself into something if you really want to do it. Don't ever let anyone tell you no, and don't ever stop. Like, keep your fucking foot on their neck, and eventually it will pay out. You know what I mean? I'm still on that road, but I know it is. You know what I mean?
Keep your foot on that neck.
Facts. And don't listen to what people gotta fucking say.
That's it.
It's always when you start getting hated on that you know you're starting to do something right. Know that.
There you go. For anyone out there who just caught this and needs to tap into the movement, where's the best place to follow you, stream the music, and grab the merch?
Gruesome on everything. All my socials, all streaming platforms, everything you could ever listen to, look at, Gruesome, and I will be the first thing that pops up. Guarantee it. You'll see the mask. All my merch is available at CerberusClique.com. Cerberus, like the 3-headed dog that guards the gates of hell. CERBERUS. CerberusClique.com. All my shit's available there. All the pre-orders are available right there. My replica masks, all of our merch before, and all of the artists who are affiliated with Cerberus Clique or SV, all their merch is available over there.
There you go. Doc Gruesome, man, thank you for pulling up and getting real with us tonight, bro. I appreciate it so fucking much.
Always, bro. And again, I appreciate you having me on. You know what I'm saying? Anyone who helps me fucking get my shit out there means the world.
Oh, man. Well, I'm gonna let this be known right now. I'm going to pitch this interview to the editors of Underground Nation magazine for the transcript to be placed inside of the physical magazine itself to help push the motherfucker promo for goddamn Script Keeper, bitches!
Let's fucking go. Gang shit. You a real one, bro. I appreciate you always.
Hell yeah. Much love to the Doc Gruesome.
They don't know I was on Bounce, but I was on some shit with you way back in the day.
They don't even know. Ill Tricks is the shit, bitch.
Facts, gang.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Make sure you run up the streams for Doc Gruesome. Make sure you plug in to Script Keeper when it drops. Support underground artists and stay fucking locked in of the underground nation. This is just the beginning. Doc Gruesome, I appreciate you, bro.
Likewise, my brother. Real shit. I appreciate you.
Fuck yeah. Until next time, stay loud, stay real, and stay a little bit gruesome.
And that's a wrap for this episode of the Underground Nation podcast. Big shout out to Doc Gruesome for stepping into the crypt with us and giving a glimpse into the darkness behind Script Keeper. If you're not already following, go run up the streams, grab the merch, and support real underground music. Stay tuned for more raw stories, real artists, and unfiltered heat. Until next time, stay loud, stay proud, and stay underground.